Hello everyone. Here are my top 13 suggestions for Apeirophobia, which I think will be a nice addition to the game. Also, this video was vastly inspired by Tsuna. Show him some support. Let's start. I think we can agree that the old level 4, which you didn't know, you'd had to escape in an actual sewer tunnels while the water was rising up. This used to create tension amongst the atmosphere and the wanderer. However, the new level 4, which is just a maze, can be completed very quickly. It's now a resting place. Personally, I think old level 4 and its ambience is what made this game more terrifying. And in my opinion, they should bring back the old level 4. The new version seems way too easy. Also, the new level 4 is also called sewers, but I'll be honest, it looks nothing like a sewer. It looks like a pool room from the actual Backrooms lore. There should be other types of tasks we can do in the game which isn't original, such as climbing a rope to get the code, or fixing a generator box by doing mini-games in them, such as connecting the correct corresponding color to the other, or by solving simple math problems on it. There can be other tasks such as walking behind a painting which has an entrance on it, or other tasks such as miming. One personal task I think they should add in the game for level 0 is that they should add more valves and then few weapons such as hammer or an axe. Suppose the valves opens the exit but the cage is still there. They can be broken by the weapon we are using. We can also use the weapon to stun the entity for a short period of time, but it can be of only one use. Creative tasks like these can make the game more complex and better to understand. It makes the game more puzzle and fun to play. A sleep meter should be added. This shows your limits of durability during sprint. The more you move or sprint or jump, the most. And the most, like really high in value, then your sleep meter will reach high and you'll fall asleep from tiredness. Now, this should be avoided, because in the canon Backrooms lore, if you sleep in most backroom levels, you'll be greeted by Entity 832 aka Pinhead, who kill you brutally. This should be added in the game as a nice feature from the canon Backrooms lore, plus it will make the game 10x more horrifying. Few ways to avoid this can be by drinking more almond water, which is another item the devs should add, or just sprint in moderation. Level You Cheated is an actual sub-level in the canon Backrooms lore. This can be a good addition to Apeirophobia, since this level can be specialized for those people who use exploits inside the game. For example, if a hacker uses noclip or beats a map under 10 seconds, they'll get teleported to another unlisted game called You Cheated. Now what happens in that level is basically you're gonna be stuck there for a while. But then a horde of entities will spawn, such as skin stealers, hounds and more. The entire place will also start catching fire, burning you along with the entities inside this room area, which actually happens in the canon lore of Backrooms. This would be a great anti-cheat system for hackers in Apeirophobia. Entity 666 is one of the most scariest in types in the Backrooms. It should be added in Apeirophobia for more horror themes. Few ways it can be encountered in Apeirophobia. For example, getting the color code wrong 5 times in a row in level 7, the end. Or doing any important puzzles or tasks wrong at a certain time. He can appear in your mind and become a humanoid creature and kill you. Or he can just teleport out of nowhere and jump scare you. Also, I personally think he should be 3D instead of 2D. Or else it will look like an Xbot. I love level 15 of the Apeirophobia. It's different from every level of the game because you get chased by the entity while you're on a boat trying to fix it. However, one problem I have with this level is that it's once again too easy if it's done with like multiple people or solo. To make this more challenging, they should add death whales, which are entities from the Backrooms level 400. They're basically humpback whales but extremely hostile. They can crash your boat and swallow you whole. To avoid them, here is what I think their mechanic should be like. So imagine the entity is chasing you, the big black man, and then you hear the death whale humming. And as soon as the whale hums, there should be food inside our boat in a bucket containing dead fishes and planktons. Basically a fish bait. Then we can take a grab of them, throw them on the water so the death whales feast, or get distracted on them instead. Our Roblox character should have more emotions. For example, after beating few levels, what if the player is like crying in the cutscene that he still hasn't made it to the end? It makes the player more connected to the game. Now I don't think they should necessarily add this, but it still would be a nice addition. It would add up to more of a darker theme. Another one can be that when the player is caught by certain entities, they could scream, which adds more to the realism and horror of the game. Also, when someone dies, their corpse should have a little amount of blood on them. Apeirophobia is rated for higher audience, so therefore, they should stick to the themes of that. Almond water is an essential item in the Backrooms. It should be added to Apeirophobia for a temporary higher boost in running and help in your sleep level by making you energized. Imagine that the monster needs to hit you like 2 times to kill you. That's more scary because a close call is always worse. When you die, you're like, oh, at least it is over. But when it's a close call, and you almost die, you still freak out. So suppose you got hit once, you can drink almond water or any other food to gain health back. Okay, that's all of my suggestions. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Bye. Go f yourself.